I came home one evening, the smell of dinner and kids' laughter filling the house, expecting the usual warmth. But something felt off. Her phone buzzed constantly, eyes flicking nervously to it, a guilty rhythm I couldn't ignore. My stomach sank as I realized the pattern I had been ignoring. Late messages, secret calls, whispered conversations. The first spark of suspense ignited. I knew, but she didn't. She smiled at me, acting normal, all while hiding the betrayal. My mind raced, planning carefully. I didn't confront her immediately. I waited. Silence became my weapon, and the tension thickened like a storm ready to explode. Over the next few days, I observed quietly, noting every suspicious glance, every secretive message. My heart ached, but my resolve hardened. She believed I was oblivious, that her deception was invisible, harmless even. But the suspense grew unbearable as I planned my next move, calculating, precise, and completely unexpected. I wanted her to understand the magnitude of her betrayal, to feel the weight of the choices she had made. My calm exterior contrasted sharply with the storm inside, and the suspense built, stretching taut, ready to snap the moment I chose to act. One evening, while she was busy with the kids, I set my plan in motion. I left subtle traces, connecting the dots she thought were hidden. The first layer of suspense hit immediately as she began noticing little things. A forgotten note, an open tab on her laptop, messages she didn't expect me to see. The tension escalated. My wife started to panic slightly, the first cracks of her carefully constructed world appearing. She still had no idea I knew everything, and I let her live in that uncertainty, heightening the suspense with each passing hour. Finally, I confronted her. Not with anger, not with yelling, but with a calm so chilling it silenced her instantly. "Do you realize what your choices are doing to our family?" I asked, each word deliberate, and waited. Her eyes widened, her confident facade cracking. The kids played nearby, oblivious, while the room held its own suspense, charged with unspoken truths. The twist landed. She had expected a fight, a scene, perhaps tears, but not this cold, precise confrontation. She was speechless, unsure how to respond to the authority in my quiet yet devastating words. I revealed what I had discovered, every late call, every hidden text, every moment of betrayal meticulously documented. The suspense grew as she realized I had known for weeks, had observed without confrontation, letting the suspense stretch further. Her guilt became visible, the confidence she had wielded crumbling under the weight of the truth. The twist deepened. She understood that my silence had been the calm before the storm, a calculated strategy to show her the depth of her actions' consequences. She could no longer hide, could no longer deny. Over the following days, the atmosphere at home was thick with tension. My wife, once dismissive, now navigated our interactions cautiously, weighed down by the suspense of what had been revealed. I maintained my calm, letting the weight of her betrayal sink fully. The kids noticed the subtle shift, the quiet sadness in both our demeanors. The twist grew more intense. The consequences of deception, when met with calculated restraint, were far more devastating than any loud confrontation. She began to comprehend the ripple of her actions, each realization striking deeper than the last. I gave her choices: honesty, accountability, and the chance to rebuild trust, or continued silence, which would solidify her own guilt and the damage done. The suspense was now psychological, a heavy fog over our home. She tried explanations, excuses, justifications, but I remained unmoved, the calm in my demeanor a constant reminder that her world had been shattered by her own hands. The twist was unmistakable. She had underestimated the power of silent observation, the impact of deliberate action, and the devastation of measured confrontation. Weeks later, she was quieter, reflective, her facade of control gone entirely. Friends and family noticed, whispered about the change, and the suspense of the situation lingered like a shadow. My calm, precise approach had left a permanent mark, teaching a lesson far harsher than shouting ever could. The twist endured. Betrayal carries consequences, and calculated restraint can deliver those consequences more powerfully than any outburst. She realized the full magnitude of her choices, the silent devastation she had caused, and the irreversibility of the damage. Months passed, and life began to settle, though the scars of betrayal remained. My wife learned the weight of accountability, the suspense of knowing one's actions can be fully seen and measured, and the horror of realizing she had misjudged me entirely. The twist solidified. Her speechlessness, the shattered sense of security, The regret that consumed her was all the result of my calm, deliberate approach.